Hey there, I'm Joe Carter. If you've ever popped the hood and thought, where do I even start? You're in good company. Around here, we take the mystery out of car repair, one fix at a time. Whether you're a beginner or just looking to sharpen your skills, there's something here for you. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you're into learning without the headaches. All right, that's enough from me. Let's get into it.
Cylinder head, which includes the valves and camshaft. Their cams, these valves open and close. From the interconnected operation of these two mechanisms depends on how the engine will work and whether it will work at all. After all, the valves for fuel injection into the cylinders and exhaust gases must open strictly at certain moments. The timing belt or timing chain, depending on the car model, is used to ensure synchronization of the processes. Since the timing belt drive does not need lubrication, it is structurally located outside the cylinder block and its head. This allows you to visually monitor the condition of the timing belt and the degree of its wear. From above, the drive is protected by a plastic casing, which can be easily removed if necessary. Design of the timing belt drive. The belt drive includes a toothed pulley that is attached to one end of the crankshaft. In some car models, it is combined with the alternator pulley. The toothed pulley of the camshaft. If there are two camshafts, then there are two pulleys. Tensioner pulley can be installed together with guide pulleys depending on the car model. Cooling system pump pulley, in case the water pump does not have an independent belt drive. Manufacturing. The seemingly simple belt design has a rather complex basis, because the timing belt is subjected to severe strength tests during operation. For this reason, the belt is manufactured with a power cage that eliminates stretching and maintains longitudinal resistance to breakage. The fiberglass used in the manufacture of the belt as cord maintains its transverse flexibility. The outer sheath of the cord is made of neoprene synthetic rubber. The teeth, also cast in neoprene, are welded to the inner sheath of the belt. The high accuracy of casting ensures tight fit, without gaps, of the teeth in the pulley grooves, so that the belt drive operates without jerks. Working resource. A quality timing belt manufacturers recommend to change it after 60,000 kilometers of mileage. However, it is sometimes difficult to understand which belt is of high quality and which is not. Therefore, it is better to look under the hood every 10 to 15,000 kilometers and check its condition. This applies to owners of foreign cars and happy owners of domestic models. And even if the car most of the time stands in the garage and is used from time to time, the belt still needs to be changed every few years. Since it simply dries out and cracks, and this will inevitably lead to breakage. Tensioner and pump as possible causes of timing belt breakage. The tensioner is a rather weak link in the timing mechanism. It is not disassembled and it is impossible to see defects. Therefore, it is better to change it together with the belt. And if the roller began to emit extraneous sounds, it is impossible to delay with the replacement. Its wedging or destruction will cause the breakage of the timing belt drive. Tension rollers are available in metal and metal plastic. Metal models are considered more reliable, but if such a roller jams, belt breakage will occur inevitably. If a metal plastic roller fails, there is a chance that only the plastic insert will break under load, but the belt will remain intact. And, consequently, the engine will not be damaged. If the belt can be seen to be eaten at one edge, the cause is the water pump. During operation, there is play in the pump bearing and the water pump pulley begins to eat the belt drive, thinning its width. Eventually, the water pump becomes the cause of belt drive breakage. In addition, an eaten belt means that the water pump must be replaced immediately. Since its stopping threatens to overheat the engine, the consequences of which can be most deplorable. This means that if the belt drive breaks, the camshaft of the cylinder head will instantly stop, which means that the valves will stop moving and some of them will remain in the open state. But the flywheel of the engine, rotating by inertia, will rotate and crankshaft. The pistons will continue to move towards the open valves. They will collide, resulting in at least bent valves and at most punctured pistons. If the belt drive breaks on an engine whose pistons have valve recesses, it can only threaten to stop the engine. And if this happens on the road, then a tow or a tow truck will be required, since it will be very problematic to replace it on the road. What is needed for replacement? For example, to replace the belt on car's VAZ Samara only to get close to the crankshaft pulley, you need unscrew the plastic casing that covers the timing belt drive, jack up the car and remove the right front wheel, unscrew the metal plate covering the alternator belt, loosen the alternator belt and remove it, unscrew the alternator belt pulley, as it covers the crankshaft pulley. And this can only be done with a helper. Since the bolt, which is screwed pulley, to tear off one will be very difficult, because it is tightened strongly. Therefore, in order that the crankshaft is not cranked, the assistant must sit in the cabin and, having switched on the fifth gear, press the brake pedal. Yes, and a screwdriver with a head for unscrewing the unfortunate bolt needs quite powerful. Therefore, in order not to create unnecessary difficulties, it is only necessary to check periodically the condition of the timing belt and eliminate possible causes of breakage. Chain or belt, which is better? In addition to belt drive, automotive timing systems use a chain. So which is better, chain or belt? And why is there no uniformity across models? It is obvious that the design of the timing mechanism with the use of a chain is more reliable than a belt, because the chain is made of metal, and the metal will in any case be stronger and stronger than even reinforced, but still rubber. The working life of such a mechanism is from 150–300,000 kilometers of mileage, which is not even in comparison with the belt drive. The only thing that should be paid attention to every 100,000 kilometers is the tension of the chain, because in the course of operation the chain is slightly stretched. The amount of stretching is small, only a few millimeters, but it may be enough for the chain to jump a tooth in the timing sprocket. And it will change the mode of gas distribution up to burning of valves. Therefore, you should not forget about timely diagnostics of the chain. If the chain cannot be stretched, and after replacing the tensioner still does not lose play, then it is time to change the entire system. Of course, it will cost quite expensive, about 10 to 30,000 depending on the model of the machine, but it will be necessary to do it, otherwise the consequences can be serious. Of course, the belt drive is cheaper in all respects, but the high cost of maintenance of chain timing is a price to pay for reliability. The chain will not break, so the meeting of valves with pistons is excluded. And the working life is impressive. In conclusion, understanding the role of the timing belt or chain is crucial for maintaining your vehicle's performance. The timing belt, a vital component in the timing mechanism, ensures that the engine's valves open and close at the correct intervals, allowing for optimal engine function. Typically, a timing belt should be replaced every 60 to 100,000 miles, while timing chains often last longer but may still require inspection. Regular maintenance and timely replacement can prevent costly repairs and keep your engine running smoothly. Always consult your vehicle's manual for specific recommendations, and remember that proactive care is key to longevity and reliability. Thank you for watching, and drive safely.